everybody. Welcome to Maven with Moxie. So we are doing things a little different today. I decided to do a 6-month review of how I'm doing. As many of you know, I started this process January 1st of this year to try to become debt-free. I know it's going to take a while, but I am making progress. And I'm not going to open all of these tabs, but I track my income and my expenses every single month in this spreadsheet. And so these are all the categories that I have decided to work with and start putting into my paper planner as well. And then every month, I'm going to pick some of the categories where I do a no spend. So what I have decided to do is go ahead and categorize all of my expenses from each of these tabs over the months. I totaled them up. I got an average over the 6 months, and then I also researched what the American average was just to see where I'm at in the scope of things. And then I determined a July budget, which we are going to put this July budget on paper this month. So let's just go through the numbers and see how I compare. So for car care, I only spent $95.47, which is an average of $15.91. Obviously, I am going to spend more than that over the course of the year. It's just the first 6 months, I didn't have a major expense other than oil changes. In July, I need to get new tires. So I've budgeted $1,000, and that's going to be a line item on our paper version this month. Office supplies, another flexible category for me, as with I think most people. I spent $149.70 so far. The monthly average was $24.95. American average, $50 to $200. I'm well under the average, which I feel pretty good about. So I budgeted $25 for July. Donations, I've spent $180. I have a monthly average of $30. The American average, according to the internet, is $116 to $132, which I am so far under. I'd love to increase that, and in time I will. But for July, we've budgeted $35. For subscriptions, so these are, like Netflix, Hulu, all those kind of things. Any other subscription someone might have could fall in that, but for me, that's what those are. My Sirius XM for my car, things like that. So I have spent $161.39. The monthly average is $26.90. The American average is $90 to $219. So I feel really, really good about that. So I have budgeted $27 for July because that's going to pretty much be the same. I'm not letting go of anything yet, although the goal is eventually let go of Amazon by the end of the year. We're just not there yet, but goals. Entertainment, I have spent $254.98. My average is $42.50. The American average is $301. I am way under entertaining myself, apparently. And so the July budget, I'm going to earmark $25. I know that's even under my monthly average, but I don't really have anything that I know of. And for me, this entertainment is like going to a sports game or a movie. It's not dining out. I don't categorize dining out as entertainment for my budget. And then beauty, I have spent $256.40. My average is $42.73. The American average is $351.58. And I am going to try to no spend in this category for July, which is why it's in bold red. we'll see, fingers crossed. Then garden, I have spent $265.95. I have a monthly average of $44.33. The American average is $50 to $65, and I am budgeting $25. I have pretty much all of my gardening items and plants that I want for the year purchased, so I'm just leaving 25 in there. I might not even spend it, but I do love my plants. And I started a new green stalk garden. It's a vertical garden if you're not familiar with it. And I did a video on that as well. So check that one out. But I'm growing my own herbs and strawberries and some flowers. So we'll see how it goes. And then for home goods, I have spent $301.14 this year. The average is $50.19. The American average is $200. So again, way under what most people spend apparently. My July budget, I'm going to give myself $25. Dog hair, I have spent $601.35, a monthly average of $100.23. The American average is $120 to $505. And I am lucky. Remington, knock on wood, hasn't had any medical issues or anything, so he's not on regular meds that I have to pay for or anything like that. So it's really dog food and his annual physical that we pay for. It comes out to so far $100 a month, so I kept that as the budget there. Fashion, I have spent $884.08. The monthly average of $147.35, an American average of $66 to $166. So I actually am right in the middle of average there. And I know that's a category I spend a lot in. So I am also going to no spend in fashion this month. So wish me luck. Gas, I have spent $976.87 for an average of $162.81. Falls right in the middle of the American average. And I've budgeted $150. I know it's a little below my average, but again, I don't know of like any major trips or anything, or trips to the airport I need to make this month, so we should be good on that. Credit card fees, this one just hurts my heart a little. I have spent $1,046.41 on credit card fees. Crazy. Just in 6 months. So that's $174.40 per month. And so that would be interest fees and annual fees that are included in that. So anyway, there's no American average. July, I am budgeting $175, as I'm guessing it's going to be right about average. The spa, I do love some self-care, y'all. I have spent $1,361.13 so far this year, with an average of $226.86, right in the middle of American average. And I'm only budgeting myself $100 because I know I will get waxing done, but we're going to not do any other self-care at the spa this month. Food and beverage, I have spent $1,816.08 with an average of $302.68. The American average is $432, so I'm actually below that for a single person. All of these averages, by the way, are for a single middle-aged person, I think is how I searched it, because as a single gal who's 51, I figured that would be a good comparison. And then my July budget, I'm gonna try to bring mine down to $200. So we will see how that goes. And then next line item is medicine, and I don't really have a ton of control over this. The total spent so far, $3,151.16. And when I say medicine, I should probably say medical because it includes like doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, all of that. And I've been doing a ton of dental work. I'd say well over half of that is dental work for this year. So the monthly average, $525.19. American average, I'm actually below. So that's kind of, I don't know, sad or impressive. I'm not sure because I feel like I have spent so much on medical things this year. The total includes my monthly premium as well, and deductibles. So my July budget, I'm just keeping right where my average is of $525. I do know I have 2 dental appointments coming up, so hopefully they fall right within that range. Groceries, this is a kicker. $5,670.61 is like wild. And to clarify, food and bev is dining out for me, or, well, yeah, it's only dining out. That's the only thing that falls in the food and bev category for me. I'm spending $302.68 just on eating out, you guys. And I know when I travel for work, obviously that's gonna up that number, which I'm not traveling for work this month, so the 200 should be fine. But back down to groceries. So groceries is literally just that. When I go into a grocery store, or if I go stop into a convenience store, I put that under groceries. So the total spent is $5,670.61. That's just in 2026. My monthly average of $945.10. I do want to preface this though by saying this is a total for both my parents and myself. So all groceries for the 3 of us. So this is our average between the 3 of us. The American average is $800 to $1,100 in a household of 3. Specified when I did that Google search, 1 adult and 2 seniors. And so I'm right in the average. We're right in the average. But I'm going to try to bring that July budget down to $700. I don't know. That's $245 less than our average, but I'm going to work on it. And so to clarify, that's why you see this family pop up every so often on here, because those are family amounts. Between my parents and myself, because I track and get receipts for all the gas for all 3 of us, the dining out for all 3 of us, and groceries for all 3 of us. So, and that brings our average. Let me go ahead and sum this up. Oh my gosh, you guys, how crazy is that? I have spent $17,172.72 on like flexible categories. Oh my word. Wild. Which averages to $28.62.12. And I didn't do an average. But based on my July budget, that brings me to $3,112. So I'm actually over my average by $249.88 in July. I know it's because $1,000 for the tires is in there. Also, this is not a zero out budget. This doesn't include my rent, utilities, any of those line items. So please know that this isn't meant to be equal or lower than my average. It just was a way for me to review my category spends and where I'm high and lower than anticipated. and to give me some sense of where I need to make cuts. So obviously a win for me will be this beauty category and fashion category if I can truly no spend. And a huge win would also be if I can minimize the food and beverage spend for myself and the grocery spend. Now, if those aren't quite on budget, I'm not going to stress about it because again, this is not my complete budget. This is just, I'm tracking these specific categories and going to see how I do. So with all that said, let's go ahead and pull out our paper planner and put some of this in writing. Okay, welcome back. We are now at our paper planner. I have a couple of sticker books pulled out. I have some fun washi tape. We're keeping it pretty simple, but I do want to create a new page. This is brand new. I haven't done, well, the planner isn't brand new, but I've been using, for those who are interested, the simplified planner notebook. I think it's called a softback notebook. But anyway, that's what I've been using and kind of manipulating to be my budget planner. But we are going to start using another page. And I thought these were super cute. They're just little anchors, but how adorable is that? I thought they were cute. So let's go ahead and put some of this down. I've got my computer over here on my side, so hopefully that doesn't get in the way too bad. All right, let's go ahead and lay some of this cuteness down because you know that I love a little bit of motivation color. And if this is the first time you're joining my channel, thank you so much. As I shared earlier in the video, or I think I did, I started this journey of tracking all of my debts on paper in January. And while it hasn't always been a pretty story, it definitely has allowed me to better understand where my finances are going every month. And honestly, this step, I just feel like is the next progression of doing the mid-year review to really understand categories. So I'm feeling good about that. And I was going to use this, but it might be too small. Let me see. As I thought these little arrows would be cute. This can be our category. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit so that there's actual room on that top line. And category and budget. Those look cute. Let's see if there was, I thought red, white, and blue. Oh, hi, Remy. He's over there like snoring. I thought red, white, and blue would kind of be fun for July. So I'll keep to all of those theme colors for this month. And there's only a few sheets of the red, but yeah, because then it's pink. We already have these little dots. So maybe we can do a note to self at the bottom. Well, let's see how much space it is. Let's do that. Because then we can fully understand how much space we've got going on. So I'm going to be looking over here at the computer. Okay, so category. And budget. All right, so they're currently in order by amount I have spent in that category so far this year. I wonder if I should do alpha or no. We're gonna stick with it for now. Car care, office supplies, donations, subscriptions. And keep in mind, you all, that this is just me and my budget. Everyone does it differently, obviously. I don't think there's a wrong way as long as we're making progress, right? That is my philosophy this year. It doesn't and won't be perfect, but we are getting better. Home goods, dog care, fashion, gas, credit card fees, spa. That could probably just be called self-care, but most of my self-care is at some sort of spa or salon or something. So that's why I called it that. Medical and groceries. All right. So for the car care budget in July, we are going to try to stick to $1,000. Office supplies, 25. Donations, 35. Subscriptions, 27. Entertainment, 25. I wonder if I should be putting it. Probably doesn't matter I'm putting the 00, but beauty, we are trying to spend nothing in that. I really need your encouragement. But the thing is, I have so much stashed, it's ridiculous. I don't need any more. I have plenty. I'm not going to run out of anything in my shower or toothpaste or, soaps. I have so much. Yeah, so I don't know why I feel like I always have to buy more because I have enough to last myself the rest of the year. I'm not even kidding when I say that. Maybe not in everything, like maybe I'll run out of moisturizer, but not for several months. You know what I mean? Why do we do that? Okay, gas $150, credit card fees $175, spa $100, and again, that's only really for waxing. Food and bev, so this is my dining out. We're going to do $50 a week for $200 this month. Medical $525. And groceries as a family, we're going to try to, I'm coming up with a number, but we're going to see if we can get to 700. That would be awesome because we're averaging $945 a month. So that'd be saving $245 a month if we can comfortably do that. Obviously, I don't want us to not have enough, but if we can do that, it'd be amazing. So, oh, I need a month label. See, I need that. Oh, we do have two. So that'll work. If I can get the sticker. There we go. I like that. Let's see. If I do July in the middle. And then put this up here, or I kind of like it right here. That's cute, right? I wanted to do a note to self. All right, and let's put a couple little asterisks by it. Oh, that's cute. Whoopsies. Whoopsies. There's one. There's two. Okay. There we go, you guys. So this is our flexible category spending for July. So we'll see how we do. And this could be actual, and then I could put, let's go ahead and make a line. Oopsies. The goal and actual. So there we go. All right, that was our mid-year category review. How do I compare with you all? How do you think I'm doing? Were you surprised by some of the averages like I was? I mean, for the American averages, some of those really shocked me because I feel like I spend a lot in some of those categories and I was like well under. And so that was a surprise. And then other things weren't a surprise at all because I just know I overspend in some things. So please like this video if you found this content helpful. And I would love to have you subscribe and follow along and join me on the journey as we continue to try to get to that debt-free goal. And I will be posting my end of month budget soon as well. So make sure you follow along so you can see all the upcoming videos. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate you all being part of my journey, and I love chatting with you when you make a comment. It means a lot to know that there are people out there rooting for me. So I really appreciate it, and follow along and join us if you are also on your own budget journey. All right, have a great day. Be kind to yourself and be kind to others. Bye.